Hello, welcome back. I'm Shu Fang. This is the last lesson of week 11. During this lesson, we are going to come to the central task of week 11, the writing stage of a definition essay. We are going to talk about the writing of each part of a definition essay. Meanwhile, we will also cover some useful transitional expressions to achieve coherence in a definition essay. Now, as we write, we should pay special attention to the delicate skills needed to combine each of the three parts in a definition essay. First, let's start with writing of the introduction. In order to arouse the reader's attention in the introduction part, first, we may want to include the traditional or dictionary definition to provide a basic for your personal definition. Second, we may want to open with a contradictory image to illustrate what the term is not. So, it is very important for us to put forward our thesis statement properly, which should include the following information. A. The term to be defined. B. A sentence which defined the term. C. Reason or reasons for giving a more detailed definition. D. The kinds of additional information that will be used to extend the definition. After composing the introduction, the main body of the essay comes next. In the paragraphs of the main body, the author needs to provide his readers with information about the term by using the various methods to create a definition observed in Lesson 2. Paragraph 1 analyzes the first point presented in the author's definition of the term. It is absolutely necessary to support the definition with examples. Paragraph 2 analyzes the second point presented in the author's definition of the term. The author must provide an example in order to illustrate how his point is correct in terms of the definition. Paragraph 3 analyzes the third point presented in the author's definition of the term. It is absolutely necessary to support the definition with examples. Finally, what can we write in the conclusion? In the conclusion, we can review our definition's main points and provide a closing attention getter. We may also follow these suggestions. First, sometimes a reference back to the opening attention getter is a good way of unifying the entire essay. Second, we may want to close with an explanation of how our definition has affected us. Third, the definition essay might end with a description, a comparison or contrast, a process analysis, etc. However, a comment about the term or a summarizing statement may often be included. Let's try to organize a sample definition essay on the topic of love to enhance the things we have acquired in this week. Read the sample essay and answer the following questions. First, what does the essay define? Second, what is the thesis statement? Third, what other definitions are offered before the thesis statement? Fourth, how is the essay organized? Fifth, what methods of definition are used in this essay? In order to detect the answers to these questions, let's look at the sample writing. What is this thing called love? In the first paragraph, the author leads in the topic by using another definition of love, and then points out his purpose of writing this essay: to embark upon the seemingly difficult task of defining love by looking at the history, explaining what love is not, and examining the use of love and the result of that usage. In the second paragraph, the author tries to detect the origins and causes of love. In the following paragraph, the author tries to define love through the technique of negation by pointing what love is not, giving readers a clearer understanding of the author's viewpoint. Then, quite naturally, after all this analysis, the author put forward his own definition of what love is in the last 2 paragraphs. After the analysis of the structure of the sample essay, let's move to the final part of this lesson, the useful transitional expressions in a definition essay. Here is a list of them for your reference. While reading these expressions, it is a good idea to remember some key words which can be used as the most obvious signal words in a definition essay. Such words are synonyms for the word definition, such as define, explain, be known as, refer to, describe, explain, and so forth. Now let's work on an exercise. Read the first 2 paragraphs of the sample essay. What is this thing called love? Identify and circle the transitional expressions used to make definitions. Have you finished the exercise? Let's look at it together now. In paragraph 1, how many transitional expressions have you found? I have found 4. The first one is. Next, to define. The third one, defining, while the last one is explaining. Let's come to the second paragraph. How many have you found? I have found 4 again. They are means, explain, characteristics, and illustrate. Okay, now we have talked so much about definition essay. Before we finish this week's discussion, let's sum up what we have learned. First, we have obtained an overview of what a definition is. We have learned the main types of definition and the standard structure of a definition. We then have learned the various methods for defining terms. After that, we have analyzed the organization of definition essays. We finished our Week 11's learning with analysis of the transitional expressions used in a definition essay. Hope all this will be helpful in your own writing practice of the definition essays. That's all for this week's learning. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you next week.